Switch your mind to the open lane. Regroup your thoughts, let go of the strain. Refocus the vision, it's all in your name. Jeff got the mic sparking up the flame. Redirect, regroup, refocus, we thrive. God in your spirit, keeping dreams alive. The vibe is deep, the truth's in the lines. It's your time, now don't let it pass by. Struggles in the rear view, we moving ahead. Wisdom and hustle ingrained in what's said. Jeff bringing light to the stories unsaid. Keep the focus straight, don't just lay in your bed. Switching the gears, shifting the tone. This ain't a journey you walk alone.
This is what happens when you do a live show, people. What happens is sometimes you forget that the video is on loop. But anyway, what's up, baby? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you live on another episode of the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday? Look, man, y'all are probably doing great. Y'all are doing good. It's hump day, the whole nine. But look, as the caption reads on the show, I met some great people, and you need to meet these people just as I did. So we're going to make sure we have a good show, good informative show for y'all today. We got two great people on here. One of them is making a very big difference out here. And when I met this guy, I told him I wanted him to come on ASAP, and he's doing some great stuff. But y'all know how we do. I got some announcements that I first have to go ahead and make before we go do these introductions. Boom, baby. We are here at the Vibe Studios here at 2075 Rush Place here in Lake Station, Indiana. It consists of Ron Reed of the VNO, what you know, myself, Life Coach Jeff of Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, Smooch Wallace. Who is Smooch Wallace, baby? Please, if you don't know him, please get to know him. He does a plethora of things out here. And also, Mary Selena K of Rock Truth Radio. We make up the Vibe Studios 219. If you need your podcast or your radio show produced, and we're shooting documentaries, people. We're doing Fred Hampton Jr., just letting y'all know it's out there. We are doing Fred Hampton Jr., big dog. Man, okay. So it's out there. We letting the people know what's going on. So if you need help in any of these areas, you can reach out on our social media pages. You can go ahead, reach out to us. Just Google us, man. That's what I say. Y'all can Google Jeff Relaford. I'm searchable. I'm findable out here.
I think you talk faster. You talk faster than me.
I do. I talk extremely fast. Now,
can you hear me?
We're gonna hear you in a second.
Oh. Got me shut down. I don't like that.
It's all right. It's all for the flow of the show. All for the flow of the show. But yes, y'all. Y'all go ahead, reach out to us at the Vibe Studios 219. And I also have a couple announcements as well. Now, listen, Shateria Beauty. Listen, that's SHATERIA Beauty. Chicago's #1 vegan hair care brand, featuring T.L. Williams and his lovely wife, okay? Ruby Gold Smoke. Now, listen, y'all look at these manes right here, okay? I know it's out of focus, but y'all look at these manes. These manes, this is giving their what they have is giving cancer patients their hair back. I can't make this up. That's why I go so hard for this when I try to go ahead and make sure y'all know what's going on with Shateria Beauty. That's SHATERIA Beauty. Chicago's #1 vegan hair care brand. Y'all tap in, and to purchase any of their products, go to www.shateriabeauty.com. Also, we are also going to support Shabria Shine, okay? Shabria Shine has Dr. Love, the stage play, going on Saturday, October 18th at 6 p.m. at Westside Theater Guild. That is at 900 Jerry Street in Gary, Indiana. And also at the Hold Raft Performing Arts Center at 1200 Spring Street in Michigan City, Indiana. We have two shows on Saturday, November 1st at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Listen, I'm giving away tickets to that, please. So if you all would like 2 tickets to the show, y'all go ahead and tap in to Shabria Shine. And I've also interviewed her amazing husband by the name of Louis Shine, who owns the Professional Hoops Association. Northwest Indiana's basketball, okay, league is coming here. Y'all got to stay tapped in with Louis Shine. Ralph, what's good, buddy? It's going pretty good, man. I'm glad you're tapping into the show today, man. We got some things going on, and we're going to make it happen. So now we are here to not just so y'all can hear me talk all the time, because I talk every week. And when I talk every week, it kind of gets on my nerves a bit. So we periodically have guests on the show. So listen, I ended up meeting this lady here at the Professional Hoops Association, and she does things. She does a number of things, okay? And I was also on her show that she also had host with another person by the Good Day NWI. And I had a great time, very great time. And once again, this is a person you need to know. And I also have one of the guests that was actually on her show as well. Me and this guy, we hit it off real good. And man, we're talking about things that need to be done in Gary, the whole nine, his initiative, what he's doing, good things. So without further ado, y'all not gonna hear me talk, but y'all gonna listen to Becky and JJ in the house.
Yahoo!
How y'all doing?
Yeah, I told you that I'd love to come on your show because we looked so good and sounded so good at the professional basketball hoops in Whiting, my hometown.
Oh yeah.
And I was there. I was singing the national anthem,
Mhm.
but I'm also in the Basketball Hall of Fame. So when I saw basketball,
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Indiana
Yeah.
Basketball Hall of Fame. That's why, my hip, part of the reason.
Ah,
I was like, I got to get there. Whiting basketball
Yeah.
anthem. And then I meet this guy and he had a whole bunch of different people on. And then we started a chit chat.
Mhm.
And so Becky Matea, JJ Weinberg,
Mhm.
and I like you use that term organic. So we had he'll tell you probably the story of how we met, which is like what I call it kismet because I like Rick Springfield. He uses that word a lot. But
I use serendipity, but same thing.
yes, yeah. So I just said I'm gonna probably just like be on at the beginning a little bit and do my thing, and then you guys can take over because
Mhm.
I do a lot of speaking. So
I
I have
understand.
the show Good Day NWI.
Yep.
And then now I've just kind of subbed in for the NWI Gala. We're going to do this march to DC or Day of
Okay.
Observance to save PBS, Our Voices and Our Soul.
Mhm.
We just came from Frank Mervan's, what did he call it? A community conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over
Okay.
in Portage. So it's very inspiring. And then I just want to put this in here. We have this little hub in Whiting now,
Mhm.
and we're doing a pop-up market, which is becoming very big. And you'll be there
Yep.
maybe as well, or at least your literature, because he's
Yes.
got to go
Yeah.
around the country. So I've got a whole 2 months of stuff.
Right.
And they're doing that on September the 7th from 12 to 4 after church. So we're really encouraging folks to go to church.
Okay.
So that's what
There
I
you
got.
go. That's awesome.
So did you the beginning part with your song? Did
Mhm.
you created that and you sing that?
No, I'm not singing it.
Oh, it's very good.
I was singing it. It was good. Yeah.
I have to tell y'all how I actually came up with that after the show.
Okay.
Because when people hear it, they like, really? That can do that?
Oh, I
Yeah.
know what you did.
You know
Okay,
exactly what I did.
okay.
So you know what's
Starts with
going
an
on.
S.
Is it AI?
Yes, it is.
I was gonna
Ooh,
say it starts
okay.
with an
It's
S,
AI.
ends with an
All
uno.
right.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes,
So,
exactly.
You know.
I'm
Yes.
not sure
you
what
know.
it is,
Yeah.
But I'm like in a virtual world, I'm still a real girl. So I got everything real. But how do people? So I'm posting right now. So we've got Ryan over here too helping. He's
Yeah.
fresh out of Kelly IU with my son Luke.
Yeah.
I've got 2 other kids, but Leah and Lauren, I want to put them out there too because I love them as well. But
Mhm.
how do people watch or listen to what we're doing right now?
Oh, what you do is you either tune in on Facebook on my page, Jeff Relaford, or the Redirect Regroup Refocus Facebook page, or you can go on the YouTube. That's Redirect Regroup Refocus YouTube
Okay.
channel.
And shout out to Pete. So I do have that show, Good Day NWI.
Yes.
Gosh, you're so busy. But our next formal show is September 14th. We have that pop up. And then I think this weekend's already Labor Day. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm going to try to take a little time off just because I had a hip surgery. So
Okay.
anywho, that's kind of my story. And
Okay.
then I'm going to kind of let you know. I'm going to have JJ tell you how we met.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
First of all, so Lewis is a connection. That's how you guys got connected.
Yes.
So I met Lewis just recently. It's just so weird
Mhm.
at a Rotary Club meeting.
Okay.
Joe Skibby is another guy that you need to get in contact with.
Okay.
You know, he has his own little podcast.
Joe Skibby. Shout out Joe
Bed-
Skibby.
Beds, Beats, and Browns. It's a hip hop kind of underground little
Okay.
podcasting. Super cool. Joe's a great guy.
Where you at?
In Crown Point.
Oh yeah, they're one of the best.
So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
so I was I was just a guest. I'm not a
Still.
Rotarian or whatever. Yeah,
Rotarian.
Rotarian.
I am.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm not a Rotarian, but
Mhm.
anyway, Joe invited us to come out. It was really great. Yeah, I mean, networking is everything.
Oh yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I mean? Like I said, we meet because of Becky's amazing show and
Yep.
the connections, and it's just like your network is your net worth, right?
There it is.
And
That's the
tell them
saying.
how we met because I'm
Yeah.
on Lakeshore Board and I keep going.
So she's on Lakeshore Board.
Okay.
Now we're leaving Congressman Mervan's event just now. And he's like, shh, everybody shut up. Because she's using her spidey sense to kind of see what everybody's saying, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Because I got you up there.
But that's no. When we're leaving, like you're like, hold on, I gotta hear what people are saying.
Okay.
Which is good. You gotta
Yeah.
pay attention. You gotta know what people are saying, right?
That's true.
So she said she used that same spidey sense
Mhm.
on a lakeshore board to overhear about this crazy guy dressing up as Bob Ross trying to save PBS. And that's how she heard about me.
Okay.
But then
Yeah.
she couldn't get the details on who I was.
Yeah.
Really? You're a hard man to find.
So
AJ.
no, I'm not really too hard to
No,
find.
it just depends on what people want to disclose.
So anyway,
True. Very
so
true.
anyway, you know, I went to this is a little bit backstory on this. I went to C2E2 in Chicago in April. That's the Comic-Con Entertainment Expo, right? And I went dressed up as Bob Ross. This was before the PBS idea of saving PBS because it wasn't on deck yet.
Okay.
Right. And C2E2 is like nerd culture all the way on.
Yeah, I heard of C2E2.
Right. So it's
My
like
cousin's real big in the game.
so the cosplay.
Yeah.
Right. So people dress up as Spider-Man and Batman and all these characters, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm kind of a novelty inside of a novelty space because I'm Bob Ross and people recognizing me left and right. So
okay. Yeah.
This Bob Ross thing started for me as an artist. It started for me when I was 10 years old.
Okay.
I mean, I said, I told my mom when I was 10 years old, I'm going to the American Academy of Art in Chicago. That's where I went to school. Right.
Okay.
But like, about 11 years ago, I started this Bob Ross parody project called Happy Little Hairdos.
Okay.
Right. Everybody knows Bob because of his fro.
Exactly.
But I was like, well, what if he had cornrows or a mohawk or if he was bald?
Yes.
These guys, right?
Okay.
So that's where the Happy Little Hairdos kind of came from, the idea. And so when I went to C2E2, I was showing people, here's my Bob Ross as Wolverine, right?
Okay.
And they were just eating it up. And I was like, this is my crowd.
Okay.
You know, they were just wanting more, asking, like, tell me.
People, artsy.
Well, nerd comic culture, yeah, like was
like
really
the ones at the Chesterton Art Fair.
well. So that's where that's where I'm coming from. That's where that's where it comes full circle. So I was like, man, I've got to go to more Comic-Cons dressed up as Bob. Like, I'll get a great response.
Yeah.
Well, I was at my friend Laura's an art fair that she was doing in Michigan recently. Arts on the Bluff. It's in St. Joe. And after I was leaving, or as I was walking around, I was like, oh man, I got to come to art fairs dressed up as Bob.
Bing,
Yeah.
bing, bing, bing,
Perfect,
bing,
right?
bing.
So I'm like, I got to do it. Then the weekend right after that was the Chesterton Art Fair.
Okay.
And it was on a Sunday. My buddies are like, hey, let's go. Let's go. Both artists, they're like, let's just go check it out, see what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm like, but I have to stop back home. I have to get my Bob gear because I said to myself, I listened to the whisper. There's that voice.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
intuition.
Definitely.
And for me, it's what this red string is. It's serendipity. I know. I'm going to get you one. So it's, I mean, and different cultures have different reasons for that red string, but
yeah, definitely.
it's this idea that we're all tied together, how we end up meeting, right?
Exactly.
You follow these lines. And so I'm like, I got to go get my Bob stuff.
Okay.
So we go back.
That time, 4:00.
Yeah. Somewhere right around there. So I get my Bob gear on. We're pulling in, and I'm telling you, I told my buddy Clinton, I'm like, no, you can't even park here. You got to park over there. He's like, no, I'm just parking here.
Okay.
Because if he would have listened to me, we would have went somewhere else, right? But he's like, no, I'm just going to park right here. So we pull in, and I'm telling you, as soon as we pull in, Becky is walking up to her car right on the other side of us.
Okay.
And I'm like,
and so I get out of the car, and she goes, hey, you're that guy that's trying to fight to save PBS as Bob Ross.
so I get into my car. And I'm like, what the heck's going on with those dudes? I'm like, I'm like, is that real? Is that not? I'm like, what's going on there? Because I was running somewhere. I only went to that art fair for like 5 minutes. I ran around, and I'm like, and then something hit me. And I'm like, that's that guy they were talking about at Lakeshore Public Media.
Okay.
Continue on.
Yes. So she says that to me. She's like, I've been wanting to get in contact with you. I want to have you on my show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's go.
And
I
here
love
we
it.
are.
Here we
Awesome,
are.
man.
And then now we're here because of that, because I was on the same
It's
show.
like
as you.
There it is.
dominoes. It's like 100 things. And actually, we just got our Google Calendar together. Oh, and I want to mention this.
Sure.
Tomorrow we have a meeting for anybody who wants to save PBS, the voices or our souls. I'm kind of going with that because I'm trying to include
Mhm.
more people.
Sure.
It's at the Valpo Library at 5:00 tomorrow. So I'm inviting everybody to come to that. It's on Facebook because things are moving so quickly
Yeah.
Mhm.
that I can't even get it into our calendar, which we finally connected.
Yes. Yeah.
And so
got
we
that.
can also, these people who are on, I'm calling it the Bob Squad.
Yep.
Okay. Bob
Okay,
Squad.
Bob
Shout out to the
Squad.
Bob Squad out there.
We can put you into the calendar if we
Yeah.
can figure out how it works.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been Becky's been amazing. I mean, we've already started knocking down some really
Oh my word.
some really big stuff. It's
That's
really-
good.
Tell them what we did Sunday.
So Sunday,
Yeah, what
it's
you got
funny.
going on?
It's funny. Sunday, she said, she's like, all right, we got the World Culture Fest in Valpo. You got to get out here. I'm like, okay, perfect. Come as Bob. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm going to go. And then she's like, and then after that,
Hang on. I'll get you on the stage.
well, yeah, I'm going to get to that for sure.
Oh my
I didn't know at that point. You didn't even tell me that yet.
I know.
At that point, she's just like, you just got to come. I'm like, I'll be there. Then she's
Mhm.
like, and then after that, we're going to go to Bernie's. And I'm like, oh man, I told her, I
He's
said,
dragging you around.
well,
Keep
so
moving.
Bernie was in Chicago for his Fight the
Tell
Oligarchy
everybody
tour.
Bernie's
Okay.
last name, 'cause-
Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm there and I'm like, well, I met someone. I'm like, well, who do you work for? And they go, the senator. And I'm like, well, what's senator?
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie
I think
Sanders.
of him as our presidential candidate, but
Right,
keep going.
right.
Yeah.
So she's like, we're gonna go to Bernie's, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do all of that. I told her she's a bulldog. She keeps pushing me. She's like,
Yeah.
no, you're going.
Yeah.
We're going. So I get to Valpo. I get out. I got my Bob.
Okay.
This whole thing on.
Yeah.
Right. And
But you were inspired by those kids.
oh yeah, I mean when I first walked in,
That's, I
there's
think, what turned
so we've got a GoFundMe on right now. And the lead picture are this group of little girls,
Pull it up.
Mhm.
and they were like, every one of them like, oh my God, it's Bob Ross. It's Bob Ross. I mean, they're 8, 9, 10 years old,
Yeah.
you know, around.
And I was in my yellow dress as Big Bird, but we're working on Big Bird. So if anybody needs
Yes.
and wants to help us with Big Bird,
Yeah.
Ryan, we're looking for a Big Bird.
We need a big bird. Right?
Keep going.
But so they say, oh my God, it's Bob
Mhm.
Ross. And I was just, my heart was just so full. And then we got, one of the girls went to get her mom to come take a picture
Yeah.
for us. You know what I mean?
Amazing
And I'm like, that is
picture.
what this is about.
Yeah.
It's about the imagination of the next generation.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I keep telling people this defunding for public media, you could not look Fred Rogers in the eye.
Mhm.
You could not look Mr. Rogers in the eye and tell him that we don't have the resources for
That's
public
true.
media.
That's true.
Couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
don't care. Anybody that voted down that bill
Mhm.
could not. Now, the other part of that you'd have to talk about is the the kind of cutthroat way they do these things.
That's true.
So-
That's
Talking
politics.
about the squirrel.
Yeah, well, the
squirrel,
dog and the
throwing it
squirrel, the
in,
distractions and all
Throwing it
these.
in bills that it shouldn't be in.
Right. So
Yeah.
this bill to defund PBS, if the people listening don't know,
Mhm.
was coupled with USAID. So USAID,
Really?
yeah. So basically, you have Republicans who are controlling all three branches of the government
Yeah.
right now, right?
And fooling.
And so they are voting
Mhm.
on an issue that is USAID and PBS. Like, how does that make?
How does
there's-
yeah, it
That's
doesn't
what
mix.
they do.
Doesn't mix.
So Mitch Hedberg, one of my favorite comedians. I don't know if you know Mitch Hedberg, but he
Mhm.
has this joke. He's a real deadpan, dry sense of humor. And he had a joke that said something to the effect of, oh yeah, there it is.
Picture of the kids.
He said,
That's awesome.
yeah, right. So he said, these questions on interviews are just not fair anymore. He's like,
Okay.
there was a question I had the other day. It said, have you ever tried sugar or PCP? Right?
What?
It's like- exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like,
Interesting, people.
so how do you answer a yes or no to that? So what I'm getting at, it sounds like a tried example, but it's no real difference. You're asking people to vote on $8.3 billion.
Mhm.
8.3 billion was for the USAID,
Okay.
and then the 1.1 billion was for PBS. Now, and that was over 2 years. So $550 million a year is all that we had budgeted anyway, right?
Mhm.
So in 1969, Fred Rogers went to lobby the Senate.
Yeah.
A Senate hearing, you can find it on YouTube. It's on my site, happylittlehairdos.com, if you want to register for the Million Bob March.
So that's why you're here, because you're the new Mr. Rogers.
That's what I really am trying to be, the Bob, the Mr. Rogers,
Yeah.
the voice, that would say in Washington, D.C., hey, we need to show up for this.
When are
And when
you
is-
going?
So October 29th is Bob's birthday.
Okay.
So we're organizing right now,
Mhm.
inviting everybody to come out. You know, real afros, if you got them, Questlove could come out with his.
I can't grow the fro, man.
can't grow the
I
fro.
tried. It gets
You
lopsided.
know where I was going.
It doesn't work.
Well,
We
then you
need
can wear 'em.
donations
Then-
for the wigs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So go fund me.
Yeah, more
Yes.
wigs we can buy, the better.
Okay.
Obviously, people can get their own. I'm trying to get some partnerships with the companies themselves.
Yeah.
Right. But essentially, October 29th, you know, a sea of blue denim and
Mhm.
Afro wigs on the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
Or
it's a day of observance
Observance.
as well. Right.
Okay. Bob
So
Servant.
you can,
Bird,
you can go as,
Elmo,
whatever, any kind of PBS character. If there's
Okay.
somebody that-
Gotcha.
Bonnie.
Okay.
But we're trying, get a lot of Bobs, of course. Right.
Definitely.
So the idea is, to go from Bob is still huge in the meme culture, right?
Yeah.
He's still relevant to the kids and he's
I
relevant
see him
as
on
memes.
my TV on, I think, probably one of the PBS stations.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the reruns are all there.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
so we're
Everything's out
trying to move this from meme to meaning, right?
Oh.
I
Congressman,
like that.
That's
Congressman,
I like that a lot. That's powerful.
Congressman Mervan just said, the one issue that he got support on unilaterally and people calling in about was TikTok getting canceled. And I said, well, yeah, because the kids and people on both sides want that kind of media. I think that people on both sides want this as well. They
True.
want PBS.
Yeah.
So it's like, it isn't a bipartisan issue, or like it's not polarized.
Exactly. I
And
like
these
that.
shows that, like I do, you have ideas for
Mhm,
shows.
mhm.
So, and it's kind of beyond PBS. It's kind of our voice,
Mhm.
right? And so
Yeah.
if you shut PBS,
Exactly.
it's public broadcasting system. It's sending a message like
Mhm.
that we don't have a voice, but we have alternatives, but not as strong as public broadcasting system.
Right,
That's why we
Exactly.
like work with them.
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
I want you to tell us a little bit about why you picked Bob. I mean, you told us about art.
Yeah. So, well, again, like 11 years ago, I started this project, but before that, when I was 10 years old, I have a drawing. It's on my site. You can see it on happylittlehairdos.com in the videos where I talk about this stuff. Mark Kistler
Oh, right.
was basically the Bob Ross of drawing.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
And he would teach kids how to draw, like really make it look like it was 3D easily, cylinders and shapes. And so you would draw.
Is your rabbit kind of based on the
The rabbit is just the serendipity right now.
Right.
That's
I'm looking for that.
but so
drawing.
essentially, I have a drawing from when I was 10 years old
Okay.
that Mark Kistler helped me draw PBS,
Really?
right?
Yep.
And someone was looking over my shoulder and said, "You drew that? That's amazing."
Mhm.
And that was it for me. I'm like,
Wow.
all right,
That's what you're going to
I get it. I feel it still. Right
Yeah.
now, I feel like that sense of pride that you get
Yeah.
when someone recognizes you, sees something in
Mhm.
you. So today is actually the year anniversary of my father passing.
Mhm.
My dad was an alcoholic and he
Okay.
was not a great man.
Mhm.
Now, my dad and I reconciled in the latter parts of our life,
Okay.
in the latter part of his life specifically. 2016, when the Cubs won the World Series,
Mhm.
I painted a picture for my dad, right? It went
Wow.
viral. It was like, it's of
Wow.
the Cubs, went viral, was on SportsCenter's top plays.
Okay.
So it was like this whole thing. And then I started doing charity paintings with the Cubs. And like, these are players that I used to see.
What were you at the hospital with that picture?
That's a different one. That's a different. I do a lot of charity stuff.
Okay.
We'll get to
Yeah, that's
Silver
good stuff,
Stray and some of the
Okay.
nonprofit stuff. But this is nonprofit. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
making anything from this right now. We're
Yeah.
in fact just spending.
You do need something.
I do need
to
resources
be effective.
to be as effective as possible, of course. But so Mark Kistler, I do this drawing. I bring up my dad because my dad, like I said, was an alcoholic. And so when someone looks over my shoulder and says, "You drew that," and then that leads me to drawing this poster for Say No to Drugs contest when I was like 10 years old.
Oh,
I was on the cover of the little paper in the town that I was from.
So
Right?
see,
Because I
it sounds like to me that this has always been a part of you.
Oh, always.
Because,
well,
and that's why I like your passion when it comes to this, because I like how just behind your whole movement, the mission and everything,
Right.
this is something that's been in you since like you've watched PBS,
Yeah.
and now you have a personal
Absolutely.
relationship with this.
It's not even it's existential.
Yeah.
I wouldn't exist. That's
Oh
what I'm trying
wow.
to tell you. So
So it runs deep. Okay.
well, one of the things, and I've got a lot of articles and stuff that I write about
Yeah.
this that go down these rabbit holes.
Mhm.
But so in my Happy Little Hairdos collection, I have Bob Ross as Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly,
Mhm.
and I have him as Doc Brown, right?
Okay.
And so Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies, Back to the Future 2
Mm-hmm.
specifically. Well, Biff Tannen in Back to the Future
Mhm.
is actually modeled off of Donald Trump.
Really?
Yeah. So like they'll tell
You
you.
knew about him back then.
Oh yeah, I mean the 80s, 90s Donald was
Hasn't really changed much.
no, he's been the same.
Yeah,
And
he's been the
As you
same.
mention it, I'm like,
yeah, no,
Yeah,
if
you
you
know,
look,
he's-
if you watch,
he's
if you
about
look
the
at,
same.
if you look at Biff's Pleasure Paradise and
Mhm.
and him in Back to the Future 2,
Yeah.
that is Donald Trump. Like they've the other Bobs, Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis,
Mhm.
have said that on the behind the scenes stuff. They say that that's who they modeled them off of.
Okay.
That was what they used kind of as a model for the character, right?
Yeah.
So I'm growing up watching. I've always seen Biff as the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
already thought this guy's the bad guy.
Okay. I
You
got
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
so you're
what?
saying Marty McFly was like a Democrat?
Well, again, we don't even need to go to that point. You could though, but so
You
what
just say, I know the representation.
I'm just saying that
Vibes.
the timeline.
Yeah.
If you look at what happens in Back to the Future, you watch Marty disappear,
Mhm.
right? When
Yeah.
the timelines get messed up.
Yeah.
And in Back to the Future 2, Donald Trump messed up the timeline.
Mm.
Biff Tannen messed up the timeline. And stuff was changing into the future that they were
Mhm.
coming. So they had to go back, you
To
know, what
make
I
it
mean?
right.
To make it right,
Man,
to fix
this
it.
is deep.
And I'm just telling you, people look at this project and they think that it's just parody. They think that it's just,
Yeah.
but I have metaphysical, spiritual ideas lined through the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I write about it. That's why I talk about it. That's why it's so great for you to have me to be able to,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
So
Definitely.
go to your Facebook, your JJ Facebook.
Yeah,
Do you
JJ
have-
Weinberg.
Okay, because that's where I'm seeing everything, like
Yeah, there's-
articles with Derry
There, or my
Davich.
my Instagram would have a lot of it too. So
So-
JJ Weinberg at JJ Weinberg.
Jerry
Okay.
Davich did an article. We're at PBS here, and then I just want to mention we put a calendar together. So possibly Atlanta, there's a big art show. The Lions, we're going to go downtown.
Shh.
Okay, October 4th in Muncie. October
Yeah.
4th in Muncie, and then maybe Vegas. There's a big show there because we're
That'd be
not
good, yeah.
just. I mean, with Frank, we just kind of covered the region,
Mhm.
like the LaPorte County, Porter County, and Lake County. But this is like the United States.
Yeah, we really
gotta-
are
broaden.
trying to use the social media, what you're doing, reaching out to people.
Mhm.
You know, your show can go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
But so let me finish this idea about, well, the other thing that's really weird about Back to the Future is that they also were a year off from predicting the Cubs winning the World Series,
Yeah. That was very interesting too.
right?
Yeah, I remember
Which
that.
is also a
I'm
big
gonna
part
have
of
to
my story.
rewatch this
Okay.
It's super crazy,
movie.
right? Because with my dad and everything else.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but so what I'm saying is, PBS being so important to my character.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I get that feeling and I win this Say No to Drugs poster contest,
Mhm.
and I've got the backdrop of alcoholism in my family, not just my dad, others too. I've never had a drop of alcohol in my life.
Okay.
Not a drip, not a taste.
Mhm.
I've never done a drug in my life. And I'm not disparaging people who have, you know, everything in moderation, right? But
I hear you.
Right.
I'm just saying, for me, you know, when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, they say, you introduce yourself. I am JJ Weinberg and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the
Yeah.
way I feel
Okay.
because I know that it's in my makeup
Okay. Yeah.
to
definitely.
have been. I'm just an alcoholic who's never had a drink.
Mm.
Right. So
Yeah.
So you're smart. I mean, like people do this all the time. It's personal to me.
sure.
If you know that you have a problem with something, then don't do it like most mature adults do. Like I have
Yeah.
to do that every day. I know it's hard
Yeah.
and people need help, but you know, it's hard on the people that are trying to help you too. Anyway.
Absolutely. No,
Very
you've
true.
got to just draw a line. It's discipline.
Exactly. A lot of
let's-
discipline.
So, and we'll talk about discipline and fitness. I know we both have that in common too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's a big thing.
Yeah, Pete was
Um,
mentioning how fit you are, and he was a little envious between both of you.
But so, you know, with Mark Kistler, then that helped me find, like, aspiration was cultivated in me from the time I was a little boy, and my mom saw it. She knew it.
Mhm.
She knew I was going to be an artist. I told her I was going to be an artist.
That's good. So she
believed in
helped
me.
cultivate that.
She
within
helped
you.
cultivate that.
Okay.
And having that
Yeah.
has helped make me into the person that I am.
That's
that and
awesome.
other models around me. But so it's like
Yeah.
the contrast. I mean, I could have wound up like my dad, and we talked about this,
True,
later
yeah.
on. I said, hey, Dad, you're like my Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
I didn't watch that show either. I got to start watching more movies.
it's like, it could be a heavy blow, but like
Yeah,
I
definitely.
said, the idea that Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force,
Mm-hmm.
he did bring balance to the Force by producing Luke, by producing the contrast for
Exactly.
Luke to find the way to do that. And so
Does Top Gun have any meanings?
I've got Top Gun in the collection.
Oh, because
This is-
I like that show. The
this-
volleyball scene.
This right here, look at this.
No.
This is a piece I did with Val Kilmer.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Isn't this weird?
That's awesome.
Is it dog? Is God spelled backwards?
Yes.
That's like one of my favorite things.
So I have a song that I wrote years ago because I did songwriting too and recording, performing. But I wrote it with my guy Tony, who I met in art school, my best friend.
Okay.
It's called I Am.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the lyrics in it says, follow your dogma till you see me in the mirror. Look back at the word and it becomes clear. And what I'm saying is, for me, I'm a very spiritually inclined person.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I feel like religion, much like politics, gets the spirit wrong in the dogma,
Yeah.
in the rules.
I hear you.
It's
Right.
true.
So the
That
dogma
happen.
is where we can mess things up. But if you look
Yeah.
at the word dogma and you reflect on it or think back on it and reflect and look backwards, it says, am God. So
There it is.
and then you have the am
Anagram.
God.
Isn't that an anagram? When you
It would
flip
be
the
in
words?
that sense. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was trying to do my name like
And-
they were doing their names like that.
And then so then dog
Uh-huh.
is in that. So, obviously dog, it's no wonder that the dog is man's best friend, right?
Exactly. Yep.
There's the spirit that we would call God and our friends.
Mhm.
So for me in 2022, all of these stories and then some, I actually wrote a book in 2022.
Okay. What's the name of that
Wow.
book?
The book is called Serendipity According to Frances.
Okay.
And Frances was my dog.
Mhm.
We had to say goodbye to her in 2022. And, this goes back to discipline, right? I remember, I think it was Seth Godin. If you're not familiar with Seth Godin, amazing
Mhm.
My son
author.
listens to him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Isn't he on some podcast?
Yeah,
or
he's a
something?
podcast
Yeah.
author, amazing guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think it was from him. Somebody said, I want to write a book, but I can't because it's too daunting of a task. He's like, yeah, because you're thinking about it as if you're going to sit down to write a book.
Exactly.
Nobody sits down to write a book. He goes,
Yeah.
can you write a page a day?
Yeah.
There it is.
And he said, so if you wrote a page a day, in a year, you'd have a book.
That's true.
So after my dog, she was my ride or die. I mean, she was with me
Yeah.
through everything. Like one of the first things I did, 2008, I got arrested for singing this protest song I wrote.
Mhm.
I was on the roof of a gas station in Valparaiso.
Yes, you
Then
told
my-
me this story.
Then
Tell
my
this
kids are
story.
like, Mom, we don't mind your helping him. Try not to get arrested.
Trying not to get arrested.
We need your
I might be trying
Need
to
your
get
dog.
arrested, to be honest.
maybe.
Yeah, because
No.
I wrote this song. I think it was in 2006 when I wrote it, but 2008 was when we first started to see the most monumental hikes in gas prices that we had seen since probably the 70s.
Very true.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it was a
My
very,
10K.
very, very, the political climate,
Yeah.
Barack was running, Hillary was running.
Yep.
So we're looking at the first time we're going to have a candidate as a woman on the main ticket,
Yep. That's
as a
true
black
too.
man on the main ticket, whatever was
Yep.
going to happen there. They were both campaigning in Northwest Indiana.
Yes,
because
they were.
It was a big part of
Yep.
what their vote was going to look like.
hmm
I was listening to a lot of talk radio at the time. One that I was listening to the most was John Williams, WGN in Chicago.
Okay.
And I heard this story about Elliot Spitzer in New
Mhm.
York getting in trouble because he got in trouble with prostitutes.
Mhm.
And one of the
Bad trouble.
bad trouble. There's good trouble, right?
Yeah.
We know good
That's
trouble.
true. Good trouble,
That's
bad trouble.
The good trouble.
You
is what
right.
I'm
You
trying
right,
to do.
brother. Let them know.
But the bad trouble that he got into, one of the prostitutes though was a
Mhm.
musician, and it was maybe MySpace days, even whatever either her Facebook or MySpace or website blew up because of the controversy.
Yeah.
And so I was looking at them like, I have this song, I see this moment in
Mhm.
time right now. It was sweeps time. Like I'm paying attention
Yeah.
to all those media things, right? And I'm like
like the Coldplay thing that just happened? Is that what you?
Well,
did?
that's a good example of how we
Powerful.
well, imagine though, this is 2008, so we weren't as crazy yet.
Yeah, it wasn't as crazy.
It wasn't.
Is
It
this
was.
a different song than the I Am.
That's a different song.
Oh,
Yeah, this
okay.
this song that I'm talking about is called Price Gouging, and so I wrote it in
Oh.
2006. It
Mhm.
was
The Gasoline.
a
song?
gasoline song. It was about on the surface, just like I was telling you, like this Bob project seems like parody and
Yeah.
jokes, but then there's all these different layers, right?
Exactly.
So for the song, the first surface level is it just sounds like I'm complaining about the price of gas,
Mhm.
which everyone could relate to.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
very, very
But then you went up on that guy's gas station.
well, and notwithstanding that, the lyrics underneath talk about socio-political ramifications of, the dependency on fossil fuel on the environment, what it means in, for instability through dependency on other countries,
Yeah.
XYZ.
Mhm.
And then
who-
the Popo came.
Well, so then I get on top of the gas station. But at the time, you got to imagine, I hadn't heard of flash mobs yet. So when we're talking about
Okay.
this, we're talking about Bob mobs. That's what basically October 29th is a massive Bob mob,
Mhm.
right? It's a flash
In
mob
DC.
of Bobs in DC.
Yeah.
Or if we can document it wherever you're at,
Mhm.
you just go to school, you go to work. And that is also based off of
Didn't you say post it on?
post. Well, we're gonna have a link that you're gonna be able to post, and it's gonna all filter through, and it will go on this massive documented
Jumbotron.
thing that we'll be able to. Yeah, we're gonna just be able to push. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
But so,
That is a movement, sir.
well,
like
I
that.
mean, and I'm mirroring it off of. So I'm mirroring it off of the Million Man March, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. And civil rights, which is something I've been very passionate about since I was a little boy as
Mhm.
well. I went and saw Malcolm X in the theater when I was 14 years old by
Okay.
myself. We can talk about that at some point. But essentially, the day of Bobservance,
Mhm.
where that comes from, is paying attention to history
Okay.
and knowing what's going on and being respectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want this to be understood as some sort of like appropriation or weird.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, got a fro on top of it, right?
Exactly.
So, but I've got, the brushes hanging out of the fro, which
That's
kind
the
of
pick, right?
emulate the pick. Exactly.
But you're bringing in other people to make it legit.
Absolutely.
Like
I mean, the whole
Frank
thing.
and,
Yeah.
Jerry Davich and,
Yeah.
and some of these other politicians. And
Well, yeah.
news
So I
folks.
sent the bill. I wrote a bill. It's called the
Okay.
Protect Bob Station Act. So PBS.
Okay.
How hard is it to write a bill? Just for
Well,
the
that
audience
was
to
on
put that into
PBS.
perspective.
So
Remember that song? It's
Oh.
just a bill.
Oh
only
no,
a
that's
bill.
I know that's
Yeah.
I'm actually want to use
Schoolhouse Rock.
I want to use the Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
I'm gonna do
That
a
was the
school,
show.
I'm gonna do a Schoolhouse Rock with the bill, but I'm gonna put the fro on his head while he's singing the song because it's the bill
Where's
that I wrote.
Picture at?
That's dope.
It's gonna be crazy.
Okay,
But so
keep going.
so anyway, I still haven't finished the DC story and the price gouging thing, but we'll come back to it somehow. I know we'll loop through. But so I write this bill. I sent it to I've sent it to a ton of people, Congress people, senators.
Okay.
We're able to
Shelley
talk to Frank
Yoder.
about it a little
Mhm.
bit now. But Shelley Yoder, an Indiana State senator,
Okay.
she's like, I love this. Like, what do you need from a state level champion?
Wow. Okay.
And so we're looking at it. She's talking
Yeah.
about trying to see if they could potentially push it in to
Okay.
actually be voted
Yeah,
on.
definitely.
You know what I mean? You asked the question, how hard is it? There's two parts to that question. So
Okay.
the first part is you should be educated and read a lot
Okay.
and be smart.
Got you.
And
Okay.
that's what I am.
Okay. That
Pat
makes sense.
myself on the back.
I hear you.
I've read a lot. You know what I mean? I pay attention.
Definitely.
I watch the documentaries. Fred Hampton Jr. We got to talk about that. There's just so much. We got
Oh yeah.
waste.
I hear you, brother.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough time.
We only got
So-
20 minutes. We're not gonna have
Yeah,
enough
20
time.
minutes
Listen,
left.
listen.
I'm gonna have to have
So
you again.
We're gonna efficiency.
But
it.
so
Yeah,
so
looking for
the
that.
first part is know a little something, and then the second part is ChatGPT is your friend.
Oh, buddy.
and the third
ChatGPT is
part
amazing.
is knowing people and getting it
Well,
to move.
naturally, you have. I mean that
Yeah.
to get
That's
to
where I
that
come in.
to get to that part, without that, it could fall dead on its face. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Lobbyists,
Yeah.
movers and shakers,
You've got to really be out
influencers.
there. Influencers, huge part of everything, right?
Mhm.
But so anyway, it's back to this event. I go on top of the gas station, but before I did, I had a guy that had a landscape company, so
Okay.
he was going to get me
Showing
up there with a
this.
bucket truck, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the most amazing things I've
It's
seen.
funny. It's great. I got
What
so
do you
much good
call-
content. It's
What do
funny
you call
stuff. Man.
this?
I did this with AI and a lot of script writing, and you know, a lot of
Okay.
music production and stuff.
Come to life.
Oh yeah,
Go to his Facebook again. I'm the color person, and I'm telling you all the important
she's
info.
my Flavor Flav.
Keep going.
So-
On top of the gas station.
I knew the bucket truck was going to give me time to where I wasn't going to be able to just get down. So they were going to have to send the fire department. I already knew that part was coming. You know what I mean? So what I did though, before I got up there is I organized pockets of people that
Flash
were
mob?
like a flash mob. And there were like 3 or 4 people in 5 different groups.
Okay.
Their first objective was to make sure and let me know if there were any police around so that I wouldn't get stopped as I was
Like
doing it.
the things are coming.
So like that was the first objective. Then the second part was after I got up there, they were to come over in like 5-minute intervals to look like an organic crowd forming.
Yeah.
And then that crowd made the big crowd.
These all the things we need to do because I'm just going to mention again. Okay, well, I can't mention that.
Yeah, don't mention that one.
But that's things we need.
Well,
to think
so
about.
what we're doing again, we are going to do Bob's.
All right.
October 29th is the big one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's the big one.
And watch for the other ones.
So the other ones we'll watch.
socials?
Yeah, you can watch on socials. They'll definitely be on my Instagram, JJ Weinberg.
Come to the meeting tomorrow, Valparaiso Library, 5 p.m.
We'll probably have announcements on Good Day NWI. She'll have them on there. If you're following there, or happylittlehairdos.com is like, I'm gonna have everything.
Is that your website?
That's the website. You can register for the Million Bob March, and they have Bob servants there.
And you just spent a whole day on GoFundMe. That's how they go to that.
You'll be able to find the GoFundMe there. You'll find merch there. So if you want to, if there's something, if you don't even want to just donate, you can buy the merch that you can rep, like, you know, this Save PBS, Make America Paint Again shirt.
Definitely.
Buttons, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. So you'll be able to get that stuff and find out other things. But so we are doing, of course, the main one, but as you mentioned, we're going to be doing one in Muncie.
Okay.
So people might not know this, but every episode of The Joy of Painting was shot in Indiana.
Okay.
It was shot in Muncie, Indiana, Ball State, like right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot Frank went to college.
So Frank went to college at Ball State, you know,
like,
so it was
we're pulling Bob up here right now.
Right.
After I went and saw Mark.
It was very cool to be able to have that moment to talk to, you know, a congressman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, so
not a lot of people get that chance.
Right. And then and to say, like, we know, and we have to let people know, because a lot of people just don't know it was not even voted on as a solitary issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there are Republicans who, if it weren't packet, and they would have kept it.
Yeah.
They're on the record of saying it. Now they may be saying that to protect themselves, or, you know, to try and tamper things down. But I believe that it would still be, the funding would still be there, were it not for it being packaged with
definitely. If it was his own separate entity,
it was
hands without a doubt.
Kind of tricky.
You know, the money would be there.
They're kind of consolidating them. That's what's happening with Lakeshore. They're going to consolidate, which we don't have a lot of messaging. But I said, even if, and he's had some good luck. I haven't had as much, but even if the PBS, but that's what we're really trying to do. We have the ability to also use our voices on hopefully continued platforms to have some of the programs that we want.
Well, I mean, you have this voice, you know, of course, right.
So this could even help, you know, keep our voices, even if they take our public broadcast.
Well, there's always strength in numbers. The thing is, if you get enough people around to rally around this cause,
exactly.
I don't mind shouting some stuff out like this. I'm mentioning when you have things going on,
right?
You know, so my people will want to come.
He said he had he had thousands of 12-year-olds calling about
about TikTok, which is, that's what I'm saying.
There
this
you go.
is a TikTok type of issue. And that's where, and if we bring it with that kind of character of people dressing up, they'll feel it. It's the joy of protesting.
Like,
exactly.
Who doesn't love something from PBS? On my invite, I had all different types of people who've been on PBS and folks I didn't even know. I'm like, that show was on PBS.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's an important part of our life.
So these events, to get involved sooner, we're going to be doing an event in Muncie PBS. I spoke to Dr. Hoffman there. He's the CEO there. He had to feel it out. He was like, I don't know.
He was a little skeptical.
Yeah, which I understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then,
tricky.
Then he said, after our conversation, he's like, thank you, basically, right? And so then are
you broadcasting that one? With your
brother? we could no, we'll keep that one under wraps too, for right now.
He does have somebody coming in that's
public knowledge,
right?
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Not at all.
Okay.
So
Becky about to give all the tea.
Yes, she's gonna give.
She
the-
about to spill the beans on everything. She
Oh,
ready,
We're
isn't
so
she?
new
No,
to
we're-
all this.
yeah,
and
it's
happening.
it's
We're kind
happening
of still
fast.
trying to figure out
Yeah.
how to navigate it all.
But the one that we
Yeah.
do want to announce for sure is I made the cover of the Times, Northwest Indiana Times.
Okay.
When I went on 4th of July
Mhm.
as Bob and protested in front of Trump Tower, right in
Okay.
Chicago.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
can
all
Google
close.
that article.
Yeah, you can find that article. And 4th of July was important because Independence Day, obviously,
Mhm.
but then it was also the 30-year anniversary of when Bob passed. So
Okay.
I wanted
gotcha.
to, so we're basically I kicked it off on the anniversary of Bob passing,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna end it, put the end cap on October 29th, Bob's birthday. So it's just
Okay.
like a kind of a
Gotcha.
poetic arc there.
Exactly.
But we're gonna go back to Trump Tower
Mhm.
in September. We haven't got the date locked in on that one
Okay.
yet, but we're going to go back, and that's what people got to watch for
Mhm.
because I'm gonna need some Bobs
Okay.
at Trump Tower.
Yeah. We need Bobs. We need Bobs at Trump Tower.
Exactly.
Okay.
We got to get
Yeah.
50 to 100.
So when is that?
Dude, we don't have that one locked in
Okay.
yet. We're
I'm being distracted because somebody's at my mother's trying to clean her gutters, and I'm like, you have to clean them before your roof falls in. I prevent instead of what's the other word? Prevent the problems
instead of
of
reacting to them, treating it.
react
Uh-huh.
to the problems.
Yes.
Okay, keep going, guys.
But so I do want to say one other thing too. Like we've been
go
talking
ahead.
about Bob. One of the things that we connected on deeply was what the work that without the wig on and everything else
Yeah.
we're doing in Gary.
Yeah. Let's talk about that
Right. So
real quick, man, because people got to hear about this one too.
yeah. So Silver Stray, Kelly, my girlfriend, she is the
Mhm.
founder. We've been working on this since I think 2019. But then it's been 3 years where we shifted focus to stay solely on Gary. So
Mhm.
it's for Gary pet families, but we do free microchips, free
Mm-hmm.
spay and neuter, free vaccines, free food, free supplies, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We have a big clinic coming up. So any Gary listeners, and it is specifically strictly for Gary
Yeah.
residents.
Strictly for Gary.
September 14th at the Frank O'Bannon Center.
Mhm.
The line is just, it goes forever.
And y'all, when y'all go on the website, he has clips
Yes.
of the line.
Look at it.
Like you have to look at that. Like these people show up. So again, these are free services that he's providing for you. He ain't asking for nothing.
Silverstray.org. Yep.
Silverstray.org.
And-
Just bring your pet.
Initially,
Mhm.
I had talked to her. They were going to come on, and then I meet him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I date her," and I'm like,
super wild. We actually went
Keep
to go
going
be
with
on
me.
her show
Yeah.
with a Silver Stray.
Uh-huh.
Kelly had the wrong address in. So we go to the wrong place.
Uh-huh.
Like if we were coming here and went
Yeah.
to 3 towns over. So we couldn't make it in time. And then, next thing I know, we're meeting randomly
"Yeah."
like 3 months later.
But
She and
we've
I
been
did.
That's
talking
insane.
about
Yeah.
them, and I tag you on stuff, and I
Mhm.
send things about the
Yeah.
dogs because one of the points Frank made, and throughout campaigning, when your neighbor does well,
Mhm.
so do you. And I
That's
think they
true.
said it's a gem
It's
there
very
that
true.
we
Yeah.
can really help and nurture for our whole region, including like
Absolutely.
air out of Gary Airport.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Well, no. So, I mean, we've been doing that. We got the clinic on the 14th,
Mhm.
silverstray.org. Definitely go on and check that out. But, the other thing is it's about the people and it's about the city and it's about dignity.
Yeah.
It's about raising the bar,
Mhm.
because like you're just saying about when your neighbor does well, you do well. Like I do traffic at the clinics. That's my main job.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching people and identifying, and they're sitting there for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a process,
Mhm.
and people can get frustrated, but we almost never have any conflicts. We've been
That's
doing this
good.
for 3 years,
That's good.
and I'll see, in fact, the opposite. I'll see people start talking. Do you guys know each other before this? I just want to know. No, we just met just now. You know what I mean? And it's
Mhm.
like, that's so cool.
And you know what I've noticed about me just having a pet myself is that it really does bind you with other pet lovers.
Absolutely.
It does. It's
And-
just
and
a
it's-
natural thing.
And they become part of the family.
There-
We talked
there
about
it is.
this,
Yep.
and so
They're
like,
my children.
exactly. And so you can't tell people that they can't have a pet. You know what I mean? We
Exactly.
want to make sure
Yeah.
that that's
It's
there.
like a soul filler.
It's a soul filler. One
Mhm.
of the residents that we helped, she's, because sometimes we don't pick favorites, but you start to get people that you see a little bit
Yeah.
more.
You meet people all the time. You
Yeah,
connect with
right.
them.
And
Definitely.
she just loves Kelly, and she was going through some cancer treatment, and she
Oh, the
had
cat lady.
no, this is a different one.
Oh.
There's so many, but
Oh,
this
yeah.
she had too many dogs, and so she had she with what she was going through, she wasn't going to be able to. So help find placement for her dogs.
Mhm.
And we also, that's the other thing that's crazy too. We're spawning other organizations. So like one of Kelly's friends has her own organization. It's called, Dash.
Okay.
And it's focused on pit bulls because there's a huge pit bull
Oh, yeah.
population.
Yeah.
So she helps find homes for pit bulls faster, keep them out of the shelter.
That's a key that you said. When you start to do something, I think it inspires and motivates,
absolutely.
or it actually will go, oh gosh, they're here doing stuff. Maybe we got to do stuff. And I'm like, that's right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So Victoria, she has her own thing that she's doing
Okay.
that spawns off of that. But we have this lady, right? And so Kelly helps find homes for these other 2 dogs, but she still needs that one dog because when she's going to be going through stuff,
Yes.
Mhm.
she needs that soul
Support.
bond,
Definitely.
that support
Definitely.
system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unconditional love.
Yeah.
Unconditional. And so at the same time, we find out that she's got not the best landlord,
Okay.
doesn't have a microwave,
Mm.
her
Mhm.
stove's not working, he's not getting anything new.
Wow.
So what do? We leverage all of the community that we have on
Mhm.
Facebook, everything else, and we get her a brand new stove.
So
That's
you're doing
awesome.
more
You know what I mean?
than
I love
just-
that.
It's more
That's
than
awesome,
just
bro.
it's more than just the pets. We had a guy the
Yeah.
other day, it was so crazy. They went in, his couch was torn up,
Mhm.
and they're like, we gotta get this guy, we're gonna get him a new couch. They're getting the cats
Yeah.
fixed, we're gonna get him a new couch and then it'll be good. So we went to go drop the couch off.
Mhm.
And as on the way over, I'm like, oh man, like, what are we gonna do with the old couch? Because I don't know how heavy it is or how big it is. I hadn't been to his house
Exactly.
yet.
Yeah.
So we pull up to this guy's house and we had the couch sitting on our porch for like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It was just like kind of one of those things that kept going past.
Yeah.
right?
Kept building up.
So the day that we go, 2
Yeah.
weeks later, after the couch is there,
Mhm.
we pull up, and I'm not even kidding you. His couch was sitting out on the curb by the trash.
Wow.
And we go in and we're like, hey, the couch is out here. What's going on? He's like, yeah, we just drug it out this morning. So
Wow.
he's like, it's time to get a new couch. And we go,
So there you
well,
go.
guess what?
Here you go.
We got a new couch for you.
That's dope,
How
man.
crazy is that?
I
You know
think
what I
That's
mean?
you're sending
something.
thoughts into the world.
So,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's about so much more and about connecting. We
Yeah.
find the pets act like a Trojan horse. Kelly is in more
Mm-hmm.
homes
Yeah.
in Gary, Indiana than anybody, period.
Wow.
I mean, because she goes and sits with people.
Yeah.
And she's not a social worker, but she's passionate. She loves what she does.
Well, it
Mhm.
kind of is
Well,
what
it
you're
is, but I
doing.
mean, she's just doing it because of
like,
empathy and because of,
Yeah.
of care and loving and everything.
Mhm.
And so right now our major goal is to get a building because we don't have a building.
Yes. Talk about that.
So
So
we
have. Do you have announcements at the end? You need time.
No, we're gonna go. I got you.
I'll get
Okay.
this
Okay.
I can
I got
wrap this up pretty
Yeah.
quick. So we've been looking to get a building actually for over probably about 18 months or
Mhm.
more.
Yeah.
But I officially started the process on March 19th. So
Okay.
it's kind of coming slow, but I did have a meeting with Mayor Melton.
Yeah.
Because he and
remember telling you. Yeah, yep.
He was like really receptive. He knows because he did the state of the city address. They're
Yeah.
talking about the Nippon Steel deal.
Yeah, there's a
Exactly.
lot of
They're
good
talking
Yeah.
about
there.
FedEx happening,
Yeah,
and then they talk about Silver Stray.
That's
It's like-
awesome.
Having us in that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, that was a really strong thing for us. It felt really good, right?
Yeah, that's real good.
But then it's like at the same time, I need to get this building.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
so there you go.
So we're trying to get it to happen.
Did you give an address?
So
for it, Andy?
it was an abandoned laundromat on Massachusetts.
Okay.
So it's right up the road
Perfect.
from our clinic. It's
Mhm.
really the road that people are parking on.
Exactly.
The
Yep.
location's perfect. We've actually got $25,000 from a grant from the Stanton Foundation.
That's awesome.
That's lined up to help rehab, and then we have a personal donor that's matching that. So we got $50K just waiting to rehab this building to make it into a facility. Last thing I want to say,
That's awesome.
our lead vet, she's
Mhm.
the only Black female vet in all of
Oh.
Northern Indiana.
What's her name?
Wow.
Dr. Baradas,
And-
Twyla Baradas. So she comes to the clinics.
Don't know.
It's so amazing. Like
Give
people
away.
come up, they drive up, and she's getting ready to do rabies shots.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, where's the doctor? She's like, I'm the doctor. And they're like, oh, you know what I mean?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So you've got
Yeah.
kids seeing a
Yeah.
reflection of something else,
Exactly.
right?
Definitely.
And so one of the other things we got a scholarship that we've started.
Saw that.
Okay. That's
So
good.
Silver Stray scholarship. So
Good.
kids that are interested in getting into veterinary medicine, we're going to try and help with that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to also have when we have the building, we're going to have a free clinic so that we can do some of these pets. Kelly's driving pets from Gary to Munster and then back. It's
Wow.
this crazy thing. So it's like we'll have the clinic right there.
Yeah.
to be able to do it right there. Doc will be able to be there. And there, you know, we're going to have, we already started talking to Councilman Tolliver about doing something with the school system so kids can come over and shadow Doc, learn and see these different things.
And then all these kids are going to like do a Bob Observance with us.
And the kids can do a Bob. Well, the kids will know, you know, it's like
There you go.
all this things, all of it is connected. I mean, if you just want to do good for people, you know, I just, it's all so connected.
And honestly, JJ, that's why I like everything that you have going on, because I can tell all of this activism, it oozes out of you. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing because
are you an activist?
I'm not an activist. I have a voice.
You're giving,
you know,
You're kind of active.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
There you go. Kind of active.
I'm
Yeah,
involved. I say I'm just very involved. I don't know about activist. I think that's good one for.
But you know, I just love what you're doing, man.
I appreciate
Real talk, because I gotta have you on again, because there's a lot of things that we gotta talk.
We gotta talk about my well-regulated militia. I want to talk about Fred Hampton Jr.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's a big.
We gotta
that's a
talk
big
about
thing
some
for
stuff,
me.
man.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna invite you guys all to go.
Hey, look, somebody's listening. Paulette's listening. She says, Jeff, please get this donation info so I can contribute.
Oh, fantastic.
This is amazing. I can't write. She said, I can't write it down right now. So go ahead, name how people could donate right now. Boom,
well, if you go to happylittlehairdos.com, that's the best way. I don't have the donate link up, but it'll be on there. By
happylittlehairdos.com.
It's in there though, in the GoFundMe that you posted.
It's on my Facebook. If you can find me on Facebook, it's JJ Weinberg on Facebook. My last name is spelled Weinberg. I know she said you can't write it.
You hear that, Paulette? So when you watch it, you got to watch it at the 56 and 15.
I do not have a fro on in my profile.
He
pictures,
doesn't.
So I am. It is me riding the bike to DC though. I didn't tell you that. So after I got arrested for protesting, I actually rode a bicycle from Valparaiso, Indiana to Washington D.C. to punctuate what I was saying.
This guy's you're something, man.
That, I'm like,
that is amazing.
I don't know about that.
So I have plans. If this takes off the way I want it to, and we can start getting the media, then I'm gonna ride the bike again to DC. But I'll have a fro on my helmet.
Yeah, we'll have stuff.
You know what, man? I just can't do nothing but respect what you do.
Appreciate you, man.
Because it is just awesome, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna have you on again so we can talk about some more of these topics. Because, brother, y'all don't understand. It's more that I know about this man. It's more that he has shared with me, but we just can't hit on everything in an hour. We just cannot do that. But yeah, this is great. So let people know where they can find both of y'all real quick, and then we can wrap it up.
So I'm Becky Matea. I'm on Good Day NWI. You can Google me. I have like 10 pages of great things. And then I help other people. I think that's kind of what I do. I'm a creator, connector, and coach, and I appreciate y'all. And actually, besides GoFundMe, they have a little fee. There's also Zells available. There's cash. There's checks. So whatever support. And there's that meeting tomorrow night. If you can make it, it's at Valpo at 5 p.m. The Bob Squad
at the library.
At the Valpo Library. And you can message me through Messenger, or my phone number is on all that stuff too, because I ran for office.
Sure. You could probably Google me, JJ Weinberg, but the thing is, Jay Weinberg is Max Weinberg's son, who plays for Bruce Springsteen, and Jay Weinberg plays for Slipknot. And we don't look unalike. We kind of look similar. So don't
that's
confuse me.
Too.
Don't confuse me with the other Jay. Will the real Jay Weinberg please stand up? So it's JJ Weinberg on Instagram. happylittlehairdos.com. You know, you could just pretty much, if you look up Happy Little Hairdos, you'll definitely find her. Million Bob March hashtag is another one that's going out there.
Sign up for that, please.
Yeah, please register.
And what's the date of that?
October 29th. So even if you can't come to DC, just register.
There you go.
Help us send a message. We'll send out messaging. That's where you'll find out when we're doing it in Chicago, when we're doing it in Muncie.
There we go.
And it's also going to where you can find out how to donate or how to get involved, because I want the voices. We need the voices. This is not an issue that we should go away silent on. I'd say all the time, Bob was quiet, so we can't afford to be. You know.
There you go.
Yeah,
man, I love it. All right, y'all. Listen, y'all have heard another great show today. And listen, you got it's your boy Life Coach Jeff coming to you live, and I also have Becky and JJ with me, and we are here live finishing up the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. And as always, listen, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, and I love y'all so very much. And as always, peace out. Hey, what's